for this first problem, um, they don't tell us exactly how they want us to have this plane going through the top and the bottom, because you could cut it like this, like the plane looks like this, and I know that looked a little weird, but you're cutting it in half like that, and if you do that, the cross section would actually look like this. So I guess you could say that that could technically be a rectangle, but I guess I'm going to go through each one just to kind of make sure we have like an understanding of what the possibilities are. If you were to cut it in half here, like here's the plane going into the middle, you'd get a rectangle. Um, and if you cut it like this, like this, like this, it'd be smaller and smaller rectangles. If you cut it here, you would get a trapezoid on top and then a trapezoid on the bottom. So then like that's how you get a hexagon. So there's different ways that you can do. So the reason why I'm not circling an answer is because I'm not sure what the question. It doesn't actually have the plane there for us to pick. So I want you to know like all of these are actually kind of possible depending on what the plane would look like. So if you have a rectangle and you're rotating it around, this is actually, um, think about it this way if you're looking at it this way, right? Like looking at it from this way, and you're rotating it in a circle, you would get a cylinder. This would be a hemisphere. This would be a cone, and this would be a cylinder. I think A and B are pretty easy. The cylinder part is a little weird, but see, like if you're turning like let's imagine we were looking straight on this, like from this perspective. This is what you'd see, and if you rotate this around everywhere, you'd get a full circle. But then this thing also has a width still, so it's like kind of looks like a bottle cap. This one was interesting. So you have a cube. It just says all the ones that are possible. So here's our cube. And obviously if you cut it in half like this, you get a square, you get a rectangle. But if you cut it like this, now you're getting this top part as a triangle. And they're just looking for like the sides of the things that you could create. And so this would be a triangle. There's no way, I believe, for you to get anything bigger than 4 sides for this one. So what shape is a cone? So you got a cone going like this. You would always get a circle. Like as you get higher and higher, it'd be smaller circles. You'd always get a circle. A sphere. If you have a sphere and you cut it, you get a circle. So the only one that can do that is B. None of these you can get a circle out of. What more information do you need for it to be a cylinder? Well, you know that the only two shapes that you have that if you do have a cross section, I guess you could say it's a sphere, but really we're thinking like a sphere or a cone or a cylinder. And so for a cylinder, no matter where you cut it, you're going to get the same size circle. Alright, but if you cut the cone here, you get this, you get that, you get that, and the very bottom you get a bigger one. So the circular cross sections are congruent. That would prove that it is a cone or a cylinder.